Okay, so we are now live. Okay, so just wait for a second. Hey everyone, how's it going? And Matt Defense here, or as y'all know me as Matthew Bailey Media on my main account. The reason why I'm going live on this account specifically is because y'all can tell by the title of not just the stream, but not just the title of the stream, but the title of the of my channel. I basically come up here and defend not just myself, but anyone else who I think deserves to be defended. And hold on, this guy hasn't joined. Okay, Max 18, that's fine. Now, for those of you who know I was going live tonight, I did already send Emma, and hopefully she gave Round Eye the panel link. So I will still put the panel link in here eventually. I'm just want them to come up for a little bit so that we can discuss certain things about JP. Because if y'all haven't been paying attention for the last, I would say, what has it been, 6 months since this happened? It has been almost 6 months now since I have completely flipped on a guy who I used to support, known as JP, or as he's known in his full name, Jonathan Howdeman. Now, the reason why I flipped on him was mainly because of his own actions against me. Now, I do have it up in the back on one of my tabs, so and not sure if Emma's going to be up here before I play this, but in fact, let me try to. Where's the freaking present thing? There it is. Let's see, share screen. Also share the audio. Okay, so I'm not sure if y'all can see my screen, but this is exactly what happened back in August of 2024. Now, if you see, there's me and there's JP, and he basically came onto my panel because one of his current supporters still, as far as I'm aware, guy known as Porchman, or at least back when I knew him as Porchman, he basically went to JP, because Porchman was on my panel before JP came up. He said that he was, that he told JP that I was talking shit on him and that I had flipped on him at the time, which at that time I hadn't flipped on him yet until he decided to say this to me in my stream. Let's watch.
So that's why I say she's upset.
Well, the only account I know that she created.
I don't give a fuck what she created. I don't care about her.
That the only account she ever.
I don't give a fuck about Emma. I don't know what she sounds like.
Well, regardless,
I only know what she looks like from her picture. I want to know why you've been with me since Doug was alive, and now all of a sudden that Doug's dead, these people can change your mind. Doug would be absolutely ashamed, bro. I go away because I keep getting harassed. I go away because for reasons that I've already uploaded to my channel. I go away because nobody comes to me anymore, and they say it's because of Casey. So I said goodbye to Casey today.
Yeah.
So Casey's not in the picture. I just wish these cyber bullies would not intimidate you or get into your head or what happened. I don't know what happened. You used to stand tall. Now all of a sudden, Porchman's telling me that you're talking shit, and he left after 15 seconds because he was disgusted by you.
Technically, I wasn't. Well, technically, I didn't actually say anything bad about you. I was just giving my thoughts on Casey when it came to the whole thing between you and her. And again, he did end up getting kicked at one point, but it wasn't through me. It was because my the freaking internet here at my hotel room's been acting up.
I don't know. I don't watch. I have never watched Emma, so I don't know how powerful her fucking voice is with you people, but apparently it can do something. I refuse to give that cunt any of my time. I refuse to go on her panel for her to get content and get paid for my talents or to have me a part of that shit. That's why I don't give her my time. And I know she's a fucking hater. I know she just gets content off of other people's misery. And I don't want no part of that. So that's why I don't give her my time. I don't care about Emma. I never did. I don't know where she came from. She came right after I was doing shit to Amanda. That's when she started coming around. I don't know anything about her. I don't want to know anything about her. All I want to know is why my good friend Matthew Bailey is now hating on me. I mean, if that is something you have decided, if that is something you have decided that you don't want to support me no more because of something that fucking stupid cunt told you, or because of Casey, whatever your reasons are, you didn't have those reasons before. It's amazing how Emma can change people. She did this to Nicholas. She did this to God knows whoever else. Now she's doing it to you. Either way, I'm going to do my YouTube channel and I'm going to gain more supporters. If you're not there to enjoy that, that's fine. But I'd hate to see that because we were cool. Now all of a sudden you hate me. I wasn't even around. Is it because I delete my channels all the time? I delete.
Yeah, we're just going to pause that for a second. Hey, Emma, how's it going?
Hey, good. I didn't want to interrupt. I just wanted you to.
No, that's fine. I had to pause it anyways because I don't know if anyone else caught it where he said Doug would be ashamed of me and all that sort of stuff.
I actually didn't know who Doug. I didn't even know who Doug was until someone told me like a month ago.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, basically, like I said, Doug was again he's the father of Bridget West, who's I'm not sure what she is, the girlfriend, fiance, whatever of Kid Behind the Camera.
Oh, she's not Angry Grandpa. He's not Angry Grandpa.
No, that was Doug's friend. Angry Grandpa was one of Doug's friends or whatever, because again, Doug's daughter and Angry Grandpa's son, Kid Behind the Camera, are dating, or at least they're married. I don't know. All I know.
Okay, but what's Angry Grandpa's name then?
I think his actual name is Charles Green or whatever.
Oh, I thought Doug was actually Angry Grandpa. Okay.
Oh no, like I said, he's a friend of Angry Grandpa's because again, his daughter is dating Angry Grandpa's son. But basically, the whole point was back then, Doug was doing some stuff like when Bridget was first pregnant with her first child, and that he was like JP's been doing constantly. He would go live like almost every day, whenever, especially right after Michael would post a video about something, and he basically would make up lies saying that Bridget wasn't pregnant, and then he tried to lie by saying that he was at the hospital when the baby was born and that he was dressed in scrubs. That was who Doug was. He was just completely.
I don't know any of these people. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know any of these people.
Well, yeah, but that's not the point. The point is, when he brought up the comment of I should be ashamed of myself, that is what caused you to come and defend me, and I'm glad you did, because again, you saw how he kept interrupting me every time I was trying to speak, and again, my internet at the hotel wasn't very good, so every time I was trying to talk, he starts talking over me as I'm like frozen in place because of the internet.
Yeah, I know, and that's what he does. Is like he calls me a bully and says like I'm all these like terrible things and stuff like that. But it's just funny that like the way he came up here and was like coming at you so hard and stuff like that. It's just funny to me because I'm just like, you're literally saying like, you know, Matthew's disgusting and he should be ashamed of himself, as you're like yelling and screaming at him to basically come back over to his side. And
yeah, and by the way, I didn't even. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say that I also don't know if you saw it in the Discord yesterday, but I did say in the casual chat, I said, hey, does anyone think I should send JB, because apparently he doesn't have his Twitter allows me to be able to still send him messages even if I'm not following him. So I went into his message thing and I sent him the link or whatever, the panel link. I didn't send him the stream link. I just sent him the panel link so that he doesn't know what to expect when he comes in the backstage. And
he won't come here. He won't come here. He's a massive.
Well, that's
pussy.
What Brady said. I was about to say Brady. I saw my comment on Discord and said I said, does anyone think I should do that? And he goes, why not, Matthew? He won't come up, but why not? Or whatever. Like,
yeah, this is the same man who the day before yesterday was like, I'm gonna go on every panel I see her on, and I'm gonna go on her streams, and I'm gonna own her over and over again. He can't own anything. Wait,
he said that yesterday?
He can't. He's been saying it every day. He can't own anything.
Again, I hardly ever watch him anymore.
The only thing he can own is a large pizza and 7 boxes of cinnamon twists. But he's now lying about. He's lying about he's making up like these insane, hilarious lies that are literally killing me. I'm laughing my fucking ass off. Like saying me and Hatman are felons. He lives in New York
I think
City.
I did see something about that.
I can't cross the Canadian border. Hatman and I have never met. My ring is $1,500. No, it's not. It's 15,000. He knows that. And he puts like the woman I had beef with for over a year, Jeremy's mom. He keeps putting her face up there, thinking it triggers me. It doesn't bother me when you put a whole other person's face up on your screen and pick apart her face, calling her ugly and saying she has a butt chin and that she looks like a Chinese whore. That's not me. That's Paula. But go off. I mean, it doesn't bother me if he's like making fun of somebody that I had beef with for a fucking year. If you go to my community tab and you scroll down, you literally can see her and I going back and forth for like over a year. You know what I mean? Like, it's just funny to me how like people will go and tell him things and he just runs with it because people want to see people laugh at how stupid he is and how gullible he is, and he just listens to like nonsense. I'm like, who the hell told you Hatman lived in New York and that like I just got approved for dual citizenship and my visa. I've also me and Hatman have been together for almost 3 years. We see each other every 2 to 3 months for 2.5 weeks at a time. I'm about to move all the way across to another country, not across the border, and stuff. And then yesterday he was talking about, he was making up more lies about you.
Yeah, I missed to catch that.
They were completely untrue. He said I was coming into his channel under fake Matthew Bailey accounts. No, I wasn't. I came into his account once as Sabrina, the sloppiest troll.
I was still supporting him when that happened.
It was the sloppiest troll job I've ever done in my life. And that was only because for months and months and months, he was saying he could wipe the floor with me. He could mentally grape me. He would verbally scar me for life. He was doing it over and over again, saying, I would fucking own her. I was doing shorts and I was saying, come on. I was doing live streams. I was like, come on. Are you going to show up? I was putting it in the titles. I was dropping the links in the chat for him. I was like, let's go. Bring it. And then he attacked you. And I jumped on the panel and that's why I went at him. I had to corner him like a rat over here. But
and you know, it's funny because
and like he thinks I'm like, he's like, she didn't want to talk about her ex. She got so triggered about her ex. No, I didn't. We were talking about him and we were talking about the disgusting shit he does online. And out of nowhere, he like is like, were you ever married? Do you have an ex? Is he dead? Did he beat you? And I'm like, what? I'm like, my personal life is nobody's business. We're here to talk about what you're doing online. And he took that as like, I was afraid of him and like afraid of my past. No, I have like a boring past. And it's like, you can't be like, this guy is his projection and embarrassing ways that he acts online is hysterical to me. I'm just like, dude, if you want to think that that I'm a felon and Hatman's a felon, go for it. I mean, it doesn't bother. It's no sweat off my ass. He's the one who looks dumb. He even lies about like my sub count. He's like, she tried to flex on Matthew Bailey's panel and say that she had 3,000 subs. No, he asked me how many subs I had. And I said, I have 2,800 and something. And he's like, she hasn't grown. She hasn't grown at all. She hasn't grown. She still only has 3,000 subs. No, I don't. I have over 4,100 subs now since your panel.
It's funny because I think because I actually started like, coming to your stuff and actually supporting you, subscribing to your channel and stuff. I think because you popped up in my stream back in August when this took place, I think a lot of people who were already subscribed to me that probably didn't even know about any of this, but they just knew that I used to support JP. They probably decided to go watch you and see for themselves. And so I think a lot of my old supporters or current supporters went over to you, which is why you got it past the 3,000 mark at the time.
Well, no, I've gained over 1,500 subscribers since I've been on.
I know. I'm not saying all 1,500 were like.
No, what I'm saying about I don't even care about subs. What I'm saying is he lies about the most obvious shit. It's ridiculous. Like he says he's trying this weird this weird tactic of just telling these outrageous lies in the hopes that all of his ex-supporters are going to hate me because they think I'm a felon, because they think I'm Paula, which I'm not, because they think that, what else did he say? Oh, that I would spend hours watching his gaming streams. No, the fuck I didn't. I've never watched one of his gaming streams, not once, not for a minute, not for 5 minutes, not for 30 seconds did I watch one of his gaming streams. The Sabrina troll, I only did that because he wouldn't shut the hell up about fucking owning me, in quotes. He sent me a long ass DM on Twitter and then blocked me like a little bitch made Sour Patch Kid. So then I was like, okay, fine, let's see how this goes. I go in with I repurpose a sock account and just name it Sabrina. The handle was a man's name. And I went into his account, I went into his channel, and he's like, let me check the date and see if you passed the test. He clicks on, he's like, why is your ad handle a guy's name? And I was like, oop, I'm about to get blocked because I forgot to change that. I was thinking that in my head. And I'm like, it's because in high school, like there was a guy and that was the band. And I'm just nostalgic about it. And he's like, okay.
I was in that stream when that happened, I think, when I was watching JP at the time.
And then he modded me right away. And I was like, okay, now I'm going to own your ass. I couldn't even do that troll for 2 weeks. I was in his chat for like 10-minute intervals. Then, after a few days of being in his chat, I faked having COVID because I didn't want to spend time in there because he is so boring and repetitive and annoying. And I just was like, I can't. And then I exposed the troll because I was like, I don't want to do the same. Like the guy's in love with me. He's like shaking his keys at me. He's like, oh, I can drive to your house, big league, and all this stuff. And like and he's also taking like what happened on this very panel that you have on screen, and he's changing what was said. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then
he's saying it up in the first place.
He says, I'm trying to manipulate people. No, that's what he's trying to do. And he's trying to manipulate you by saying, I was going into his account. I've been going into his account with fake Matthew Bailey accounts. For one, you could go to Hatman's archive, the Tarnomicon, or Realist Man Babies. You can look at the chats yourself. You're not going to see your name show up in there ever. I never used your name ever to troll him. I went in there as myself, and I went in there as Sabrina. And I tried to do it one more time as a Sabrina 2.0. I lasted a whole 20 seconds before I called him a slew of names, and I got blocked because I couldn't do that troll again if I tried, because he's so obnoxious and so repetitive. Like, I don't know how many times you have to do the same stream over and over again. Like, how many times do you have to repeatedly do the same stream? And like, he's like, I don't know how Emma got all these people to believe her. I don't know, because I show proof of stuff. Like, he says
exactly.
I'm a felon. He shows someone else's picture as me, which is fine. I don't give a shit. Go ahead. You want to show Jeremy's mom as me? I don't give a shit. Go for it. He says I'm a felon. Okay, show it. He says Hatman's a felon. Okay, show it. He says I can't cross the Canadian border. Really? Because I just got dual citizenship. I have a Canadian passport. I have a visa to the UK now. So I've got 2. So I guess I'm a smooth fucking criminal, because you can't have anything on your record in order to get your visa. You also can't sponsor a person, which is what Hatman is doing for me, if you have a fucking record. You know what I mean? So it's like, if he wants to cope and think that like I've never met Hatman, I don't care. Everyone has seen pictures of us together. People have seen, some people that have been my friends for a long time on this platform see videos of us together. When he visits me, I go live. He's literally next to me. Everyone can hear him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, he's telling these crazy stories thinking that like, I just disprove them with literal facts. Like, he says, Emma's been calling the cops on my mom and saying I'm beating her on live stream and that I'm dragging her by the hair. So what did I do? I called the non-emergency line and I recorded the cops saying, no, you never called us. You've never called APS. And it's like, and he just keeps telling
Emma, that call that you had with that cop, once I watched that video and I heard what the cop actually had to say about JP, that made it really click in my mind 100% that I can't believe I went that long supporting JP without knowing stuff like what the cop was saying on that call. And
yeah, but it's like, the thing is, like, let me just get this out and then I'm gonna shut up and let you talk. The thing is like, it's like, dude, you're still saying that I've done stuff that I've proven is a fucking lie. There's a recorded call that has almost 2,000 views on it of me calling the non-emergency number. The fucking cop knew his name before I even said it. I just said I described JP, and he knew his name. Okay. And basically said that he is a slow idiot, and he's an incel who just lives in his mother's attic and has nothing but YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, this is his whole life. And it's like, so I already proved. The cop was like, this is what he does. You're not the first person who called. You're not going to be the last person that called. Like, just this is what he does. And he's like, you didn't call. If you're wanting me to confirm that you never called us and you've never called APS, I can absolutely confirm that with you, because there's been a long-standing APS case from a long time ago. We were just there. Like, I never called, and I wouldn't call on anyone. I'm not going to put myself into like any type of legal troubles of any kind over laughing at people on the internet that do silly shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's never going to happen. I'm not going to call and make up stories about his mother. I am actually the person that's always on stream talking about stop it with that shit, with the IRL stuff, because I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I'm not comfortable with it. I think it's over the top. I don't think that, like, people on the internet that have never met each other, that don't know each other, why are you calling the police on each other? Why are you calling like CPS and APS and animal control? And it's like, I don't do any of that. And I've already got proof on my channel that I don't do that. And then he says to people, he keeps saying, what have I done that's so horrible? What is Emma convincing you of? I don't have to convince people of anything. I play the words coming out of his mouth, Matthew. And because he deletes all his streams, he thinks they don't exist anymore. So he hates me because I am very factual and precise, and I show receipts, not of my life, as he likes to say. I show receipts of what I'm saying. If I've never once said that Mark Rydell was actively attacking Amber's kids. That has never come out of my mouth. I said he begged Mark Rydell repeatedly in live stream after live stream to attack Amber's kids. There's literally 5 or 6 shorts of him doing that. There's live streams of him doing that I've covered. I said, Mark Rydell messaged JP and said, stop telling people stop publicly asking me to go after Amber's kids. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not giving Mark credit. I'm just saying, when a convicted sex offender is literally telling you you're being disgusting on the internet, maybe you should reassess yourself. So, and then he twists it to, they're telling people I'm attacking her kids, so I think her kids should be attacked. No one said that. You know what I mean? Like, I said you were begging a convicted child rapist to go after her kids, which he did. Then he turned it to after Christmas, because no one wished him a Merry Christmas. Nobody wished him a happy birthday, like of his old community. Nobody wished him a happy birthday. Nobody wished him a Merry Christmas. And because he says, I don't know, maybe his mom does have cancer. He's killed the woman off 7 or 8 times that I've shown receipts of him clickbaiting his mother's death. I even confronted him about that on this stream, remember? Yeah, and he's saying that, that he only did it one time. No, he didn't. I have 8 different screenshots of him doing it to get his old friends to come back. Who does that? I would never put that into the universe, like that one of my family members was dead for sympathy on the fucking internet. That's gross and mentally disturbed to do that.
Crazy too, because I mean, I know this happened all the way back in February last year, technically, but like you said, when it comes to a family member dying, like my dad's father, my grandfather on my dad's side passed away back in February, and but did I take my phone and just record the freaking funeral? No, because I'm not like that. I don't just go and stream a family member's death or whatever just because I want freaking people to feel sympathy for me and come back or whatever, especially if they left, which is what JP has done.
Yes, but you have morals, Matthew. Like, you have morals. He doesn't. And he thinks that just opening his mouth and saying, Emma's this, Emma's done that, Emma's done that. Show proof of it. I am demanding he shows proof of it. I know he's watching. I know Casey's watching. I know that window licker porch man is watching too. Show proof. And he says I attack all his supporters. I never messaged one person that supports him. I would since he still over there has Jim Tom, he has Porch Man, he has Jordan Yan, and he has Casey. The only one out of those four people that lied and said I DM'd them and made fun of their dead mother was Casey. And when she was asked for proof by Castle, she said she deleted it and didn't ever show JP. Who the hell does that? Why? First of all, Casey pre-blocked me on Twitter the first time I ever covered JP. So I have never exchanged a DM with her. And if I did, I would own it. I've never messaged Porchman. I've never messaged Jim Tom. I've never messaged Jordan Yon. I never messaged Gambrell. I've never messaged you. I didn't message Boomhauer. I didn't message Amber. I didn't message anybody. Literally, none of even his ex-supporters I never messaged first. I don't do that. If people are going to support who they want to support, you know what I mean? Like, so if I'm attacking your supporters, then Porchman should be able to show me attacking him, right? And Casey should show me her attacking, not just say I'm doing it. Show proof, because he has a community tab, he has a Twitter. Show it. You can't. The only thing that he's ever shown before is another YouTuber named Jeremy's mom's face and says it's mine, and then he dogs on her looks, which doesn't affect me because I'm not her. You know what I mean? Like,
plus, like, if that is I'm not sure what her actual name is, but you said it's someone named Jeremy's mom or whatever.
Yeah, her name is Jeremy's mom because she has a bird named Jeremy, and that she's the mother of that bird.
Okay, well, regardless, honestly, if that whoever that woman's real name is, if she were to see or hear JP actually making fun of her, but then hear him say that he thinks it's you and all that, and you and this woman actually clearly don't like each other, and if she got really pissed off when she saw that, I wouldn't be surprised if she actually eventually went into one of JP's live streams and tried to actually comment and say, "Yo, I'm the real person whose face you've been showing, claiming to be Emma or whatever," and then he'd probably just be like, "Oh, really? Show the proof or whatever," and then just like you've been.
No, he's been shown proof. There's people that have told me they have tagged him with her channel link, with her face on the channel, where you can clearly see that's her. But he thinks he thinks that it triggers me to show her face. It doesn't. I don't give a shit if you want to put Paula's mugshot up on your on your page. I don't care. The only one out of the two of us that got triggered is when Casey's ugly ass face got shown. He got all triggered by her face getting shown. And then he started saying I was Paula. I'm not. But if that makes him feel better, he can go ahead and do that. But I would like you to know, I have not gone into his channel ever as you. I have only ever gone in there as myself and as Sabrina. And then one other time I went in there months ago. I was going to do a Sabrina 2.0. I lasted a whole 30 seconds, ended up calling him a slew of names, and got blocked. And I was like, nope, I can't do it. So like, I'll own stuff if I've done it. I have no interest in trolling him. And like, he acts like he's being stalked. No, look, I'm going to say this last thing, and then I'm going to be quiet. You go off. JP gets ignored. Okay. I go 5-week blocks where I don't even talk about him. I don't cover him. I don't talk about him. I'm covering other people. I'm laughing at other shit. I don't cover him at all. Same with Hatman. JP has an intense fear of being forgotten. Okay. Even in a negative way. So he knows that if he shuts up and he moves on with his life, everyone is going to forget him, and he's just going to have to either try to rebuild something else or not. And so he talks about the same thing on a loop. How could all these people just leave me for Emma? How could all these people just hurt me? I've been here for 6 years. Blah, blah, blah. He just repeats himself over. It is not going to change anything, because every time more time passes, he becomes more disgusting. Like saying he's going to spend all of 2025 trying to make Amber's daughter try to end herself. That's what he said.
That's funny, because literally right before he decided to switch to that, he originally tried to say he wanted to move away from the drama, to try to build a new community. He said that, I think, and then right, like you said, not long after, he switches it to, because he's not being in his mind, not being left alone by these trolls, again, quotes, because he thinks everybody who comes after him is a troll, or even his old supporters are trolls, apparently.
No, he thinks everyone is me. He is demented and thinks everyone is me. It's not. He can't have it both ways. He goes from nobody talks to me, no one's saying it, it's just you, Casey, it's just you, to 5 minutes later, I'm being attacked by these where? No one is in your chats. No one's talking to you. Like,
plus, he
what are you
deletes every little stream he does. It's like,
yeah, but they're all saved, and it's like the chats are preserved as well. It's like JP is incapable of moving on with his life. I ignore him for like 5 weeks at a time. The only time I ever cover JP for an hour of my stream is when I'm responding to him. The only reason I covered him recently is because he started threatening he doxed Amanda's daughter, for one. Okay. And then he said he was going to spend all of 2025 trying to make her end herself, that he was going to open up a Facebook and.
Did you say Amanda or Amber?
Amber, I'm sorry. He was going to open up he was going to open up a Facebook account to find Amber's daughter's classmates, because he wasn't going to do it. He personally wasn't going to do it, but kids can be cruel, Matthew. So all he has to do is message 100 people that go to her school and let the kids do the work for him. And then he turns around and says, you guys are heartless. How could you hate me for saying that? Just words. They're just words. Words have meaning. Okay. And if you're going to make threats like that, then you have to understand people are going to be disgusted by those words. So, like, I may call him names and stuff like that, but I don't say, like, that kind of stuff is so fucking gross. Like, saying stuff like, I can't hurt Amber by going after her mom or her ex. The only way I can hurt her is if I go after her kid. You know what I mean? Like, why is your mind even going there? This is YouTube. Like, calm the fuck down. Like, just move on with. I'm so sick and tired of listening to him say, I'm moving on from the past. And then the very next thumbnail, I'm never going to stop until I get revenge on Amber and Emma and all of my ex-supporters. They have to humble themselves and apologize to me. Nobody owes him a damn apology for anything. He says he apologizes. Your apologies are hollow when you say things like this. I'm sorry for hurting everyone's feelings. I'm sorry, Amber. I'm sorry, Pumpkin. I'm sorry, Amanda. 5 minutes later, why isn't anyone DMing me? I apologize to all you retards. That's what I mean. His apologies are disingenuous and fucking hollow. They mean nothing.
Speaking of Amanda, I don't know. I forgot how. I don't know if this was like 2 weeks ago or 3 or even a week. But I swear I thought I saw a clip that she posted on her channel, Amanda, where she I don't know how she did the effect, but she somehow made her look.
Oh, the old lady,
really old, and pretend to be JP's mom, going change.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Amanda's hilarious. Amanda does the most hilarious little parodies.
Like you said,
I love her.
I mean, even though JP says he apologized to Amanda for what happened back in April last year, I wouldn't be surprised if he saw that clip that she posted of her pretending to be his mom and then immediately go and attack her again.
Amanda has been doxxed, threatened so many times I've lost track. Like, horrible shit done to her. Her family's been doxxed, and she never, ever acts like a victim. She tries to make light of the situation and be like, he's a fucking idiot. Like, I don't know what he wants me to do. I've literally, like, in Discord been like, for the love of Christ, you know what, at this point, guys, go back, go love him again. So he shuts the fuck up, and nobody wants to be his friend. I don't know what he wants from my life.
Honestly, when he was live last night, I mean, I wasn't working yesterday, so I thought to myself, should I even try to comment in his freaking chat and see what he says about me? Because especially after he referenced me like many times in that stream, and I would have, I honestly wanted to go in there when he said that you were coming in as me or whatever, and be like, yo, JP, that she was not coming in as me or whatever, and then just see what he says, and if he sees me, or honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Casey saw my comment and would have been like, yo, get the f- out of here, Matthew, or whatever, and then he actually sees that I commented and be like, oh, Matthew, did you come to your senses or something? I honestly,
I mean, it's up to you if you want to do that, but just understand that he will talk about you until the fucking end of time if you do that, because he'll be like, why did you flip, Matthew? What did she do? Tell me. I need to know what she did. I didn't do anything. If you want to go support that, go support that. I have made it clear that if people support JP, I don't care if they support JP, but if you support that type of behavior, to me, I'm like, look, I always say, like, people in my community, we're degenerates, but we're the good kind of degenerates, okay? JP is a disgusting degenerate. And if people support somebody who's willing to go after kids or even just verbally put that out into the universe, what if Mark Rydell actually wanted to go after her kids and you're begging him to do it? He keeps saying he didn't do it. Fine. But what if you were doing that to somebody who was willing to do that? You know what I mean? Mark has already leaked so many of all of JP's DMs, and he's doxed Pumpkin for him. He's doxed. He's looked for Amber's docs for him. Like, he's willing to do those types of dirty things. The only reason he stops at children is because he's a registered sex offender and has raped a kid before. That's why he stops at children. What if he was to do that to somebody who was willing to go after her kids? Like, he doesn't understand that his words have fucking meaning. You know what I mean? So just just saying like, oh, well, whatever, I made threats, big deal. Like, no, words have meaning. People are crazy on YouTube. Like, you putting that out there, just like doxing her fucking full name, and like, like you could have caused, you could have caused, like, he always says, oh, Emma's gonna fuck with somebody one day that's gonna fucking like try to ruin her life. That's already happened to me, for one. Okay, that's already happened to me. So there's that. And yeah, JP, why don't you take your own words and understand that you could say that to somebody who's just an evil fucking troll who has nothing better to do with their life than actually just like go after fucking children behind a no face. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. He doesn't care. He puts her daughter's name out there. He messaged Owl, Pumpkin, Amber, and told all three of them that Amber's daughter's blood was on my hands. He gave me an ultimatum too. I think I caught that when he did that. He lies about the most obvious shit. He said that all of my live streams of him, that the cops had me delete them all. No, there's not one live stream that's been deleted off my channel. You can go look at them. Every single JP stream is still fucking there. Every Barb stream is still there. Every Daisy stream, every Heather stream, Ashley, Crystal, everyone I've covered is still there. Not one of them. The reason he doesn't see himself currently is because I only cover him once in a while to respond to his endless non-stop. He doesn't shut up. Half of the people that watch my JP streams hate it because he just repeats himself. You know what I mean? Like, what he should do is, he already admitted that the girl down the street is fake. The girlfriend that he invented that was down the road, he already admitted that she's fake, and now she's made a reappearance. Now she exists again. And it's like, dude, go get a job, find a girlfriend, and get a real life instead of just spending all your time in your mother's attic. I can't imagine the noise that she is hearing at 4:00 in the morning as he's fucking blasting music, cutting wrestling promos with his Barbie mic for me, and twerking on his fucking old ass chair. Like, he looks like a stupid idiot pushing 40, cutting wrestling promos on me, which is hysterical. Well, and I don't know if you saw, did you see the video? I posted a video yesterday. It's only 4 minutes long. He said my name in one stream the other day.
Like, I think
164 times. 164 times.
Speaking of which, I'm not sure if it was that video's thumbnail or the stream you did a few days ago, thumbnail where has that log or whatever in the thumbnail or whatever.
I didn't make that. Toasty made that. Toasty made that
for the stream, but I didn't have a way to get to it.
Toasty made that, and Toasty made the 4-minute video that it's on my channel from yesterday with the turtle. Toasty made that too. When I saw those, I was donkey laughing.
Yeah, and like you were saying, Emma, the whole thing about him almost being 40 years old and still living in his mother's house. And honestly, again, I'm not saying any ill will towards his mother, and not one bit. But if she were to pass away, like tomorrow, for example, and he has two, I think, is it one or two brothers that he has?
I don't know. I think
two, but I'm not sure. Supposedly has a family, like he has a wife and a few kids. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that brother that has the family tried to get that house from his mother and actually
He will. JP can show a fucking living will till he's blue in the face. A living will doesn't mean anything. That means while she's living, you can make the decisions. Whatever she has in her will that her that is like with a lawyer or her brothers or whatever, like her actual will for after she passed, that's what's going to be set in stone, for one. For two, like he has to be employed in order for him to like take over the property, to be able to take over the property taxes of that house. Like he can't even, he lives off of his mother's disability, Casey's disability, and his own disability. And look how he spends his money. He spends his money on lottery tickets that are $50 a pop that he can't afford, weed that he can't afford, buys takeout that he can't. No, he didn't get rid of it. He just moved it out of the lens view because it's illegal to grow it. It's illegal to smoke it. I'm not calling the cops. I don't give a shit if he smokes fucking weed. I smoke weed. I don't give a crap if he's smoking weed. But the thing is it's illegal where he lives. He's also pumping all that THC throughout the whole house and saying his mother has dementia. That's probably not a good idea.
I mean, I wonder why she's got dementia. It's probably because of all the, like you said, him venting all that stuff throughout the house.
Well, you don't get dementia from weed, but I'm just saying if somebody who has dementia should not be consuming THC, which affects your memory even more. So for somebody who wants to preserve his mother for as long as possible, maybe go outside and smoke your joints instead of just like, dude, he'll hotbox his attic to the point it's like a thick haze of smoke in there. And I'm just like, and he's like, the whole house smells like weed. Yeah, I bet it does.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. Every time I see like the full like extent of that attic, every now and then in some of his old content, which I was gonna play some old clips that I had back when I was still supporting him. But back then we were talking crap about Isaac, and back when I still had beef with Isaac. But basically every time I saw the full extent of that attic, I swear I can see why he's, like you said, pushing 40 and he's still living with his mother, doesn't even have a job, is constantly living off his disability checks, which again, I'm on disability too, but at least I have a job. And like I said, I literally pay my own bills for this apartment. And like I said, I have a YouTube channel, but do you see on my main channel how I barely post like at minimum 5 videos a month?
Yeah, he says that I stream constantly. I live on YouTube streaming about him. I stream once a week. I literally just implemented a second show on Sundays because I'm moving and I'm in a transition period, and so yeah, I'm able to like do the extra stream. There's no way in hell I could stream every day. For one. For two, JP doesn't. JP doesn't.
The whole, that's why I tried to see if you could move tomorrow's thing to today, because again, I'm working tomorrow, so that's why I asked you before I even did anything. That's why I just
and I didn't mind coming up here for a bit with you and stuff like that. Like it's Saturday night and stuff. Like I'm not gonna be on too much longer because I'm gonna go spend some more time with Hatman. But no, he's never going to be a productive member of society. He doesn't want to be a productive member of society. He wants to be lazy, and he hates Casey. And the only reason he doesn't let her go is because she gives him money, for one. For two, she does anything he says like a dog. And he's like, I need more Caseys. Nobody should want somebody like that. That's creepy. She's unhinged.
Yeah, speaking of Casey, like you were just saying, she's unhinged. She's a psychotic lunatic who, again, I think I've been in JP streams back when I used to support him when she said this, where she basically keeps insisting that whenever he leaves YouTube, she's threatening to off herself if he doesn't come back to YouTube. And then she comes into my comment section and basically threatens me and says, if JP doesn't come back to YouTube, that her death is going to be on my hands. No, the hell it's not. If you are so obsessed with somebody online that you want to off yourself, that's not my problem. That's not even JP's problem, but it's his problem when he keeps on like
playing those mental gymnastics with her. I don't feel sorry for Casey because that woman is a liar. She wants JP's channel to just be her. She has said about you as well. She said you were never a supporter of his, that if you were a real supporter, you would have stuck by him through all this horrible stuff. Porchman, it sounds like an idiot in his chat. JP will be literally like, I'm going to go after Amber's kids and I'm going to do all this stuff. And I hope Amber gets beaten every day for the rest of her life. And you just see Porchman in the side. I just watched Bloodsport and collected this digital media. Have you watched any good movies lately, JP? It's like, he doesn't care about your movies, Porchman. He cares about getting revenge for people on the internet. And then he says to me, let me make this thing clear. He says to me, I tell people I don't give a shit about them if they go away and stuff. No, I never said that. I said I love my community and I think that they're great and I cherish all of them. But am I going to chase people down if they leave? Am I going to do what JP is doing? No. He says to me, oh, eventually you're going to fall, Emma, and you're going to do exactly what I'm doing. No, I will not. I will literally just stop streaming and move on with my life. Like, you can't force people to like you and want to be with you. He's like, 6 years of all these good times and you guys just throw me away. This was not 6 years of good times. Like, there are certain things that you do and you say
I already knew him for like 4 of those 6 years.
Yeah, and how many times can you apologize and then an hour later you're saying the same disgusting stuff you just apologized for, but worse? Because you didn't get, like, he demanded that Amber, like, he said it, he literally said the other day that he's furious that because people over here now, because basically I allow them to have channels. What the fuck? What?
You know,
he's like,
if he knows Amber has a channel, then he must, because didn't I appear in one of Amber's streams when she went live the first time?
Yeah. And
so
if
I
you
wonder
actually,
if he heard what I said then, because I think I'm saying the exact same thing I'm saying now in one of Amber's streams back then, where I said he ambushed me by saying that phrase, I should be ashamed of myself.
No, you have nothing. You have nothing to be ashamed of. What you should have been ashamed of is if you were still in his chats talking to him while he's talking about going after children, while he's talking about all this disgusting, degenerate shit and begging a registered sex offender to attack fucking children, while saying he's going to look for somebody's abusive ex. That's when you should be ashamed of supporting somebody. And if you go to my recent shorts, he is literally in those shorts demanding that Amber deletes her YouTube channel and publicly apologizes to him. She doesn't have to do either one of those things, okay, at all. And then he said the other day, he's like, I was the streamer. I was the one that streamed for my people. Now these people, Emma's just like, she's encouraging them to have channels and to stream like they can be somebody on this platform. She's taking it all from me. They're now Amber streaming and Amanda's streaming and they feel like they don't need me because they can just have their own channels. You should encourage people to do that. If somebody wants to stream, they should be allowed to fucking stream. I am one of the people. He says I clout chase. First of all, he says I clout chased off of Isaac. That never fucking happened. I'm not part of Guest Mob.
In regards to Isaac, if I were you, I mean, I don't know if you have a way to get in touch with Isaac if he even wants to do this, but if I were you, I think just like what you did with the cop call, I would literally have Isaac come onto a random like private video that you can post on your channel of him admitting that you two are not in cohorts. You don't do the same.
He's already done that. He's already done that. He came on to Amber's stream when I was on there and he said, no, we don't run our channels the same. He goes, I go IRL. He said, I go IRL in the drop of a dime. Emma does not. And I messaged him the other day. That was the first message I sent to him in fucking like the first time I've talked to him in probably fucking 5 months, where JP titled his stream, Isaac messaged me and said he has dirt on Emma. So I was like, what the fuck? So I sent him a message on Twitter and I said, hey, are you going to fucking JP and telling him you have fucking dirt on me? Because that's kind of weird. And he's like, no. And he sends me the screenshot of JP messaging him and then blocking him. Like, I don't understand why he tells stupid lies that he knows I'm just gonna fucking disprove in 2 seconds. Like, it's so dumb.
Well, like here's another lie that I think that I'm assuming this is a lie because again, this involves me and any other past supporter of JP. But there was one time in one of his past streams in the last week, he said that nobody would like people like me and Amber and Amanda or whoever else Butterfly Kisses, anyone who used to be supportive of him would not know each other if it weren't for him or whatever. And honestly, I mean that may be true. I mean, none of us would know each other if it wasn't it. In some cases, if it wasn't for JP, if I wasn't at the time supporting JP, I would have never met someone like Amanda or Amber or Butterfly Kisses, like he said earlier. And it's like, but the fact that he is trying to take credit for a lot of people knowing each other, I mean, honestly, even if that was true, he shouldn't be throwing a fit about it. And like you said, if you're encouraging people to like do their own thing, like if they want to create a channel, that's their decision. And if they want to, like you said, Amber created the channel and started streaming, and then he insists or demands that she delete her channel and then go apologize to him. It's like, she doesn't have to do what you tell her. I mean, you're not her father, and that's perfectly clear. I mean,
yeah, and the thing is he's like, I was supposed to be the streamer. I was supposed to be like the head of the family of all these people. No, you should encourage people to fucking grow and find, like, just because JP is an incel that has no friends and never has, and he's been an outcast his whole life while he projects and calls us all outcasts, that doesn't mean, like, you should want people to, like, I have never gone to anyone looking for fucking clout. That is not what I do, and I don't care about clout. My channel's not monetized. Will I monetize it at some point? Maybe, if it continues growing at the pace it's growing. I might like turn memberships on, but like, you know what I mean? But like, that is not my like biggest thing. And like, I meet people as I like cover different things and like other people and stuff. I will meet other people. That's why, like, when you see like my chat, like last week, like I maxed out, I had 356 people in there. Do I know every single one of those people? Of course I don't. But like, that's how you meet people. And I've made friends on the platform, sure. But like, I've also like lost friends on the platform, and I just move on with my life. I don't go hunting them down or talking about them or spend 6 months of my life streaming about them every single day of my life, like being, oh my God, blah, blah. Like he wants to be the leader, and like everybody comes to his chats the way they used to. And he thinks I took that all away from him. I didn't. When I came around and covered him for the first time, 95% of his community was gone. Then he had about 10 people left when I came around. Then like five of them came over on their own. I didn't ask them to come over. I didn't go and talk to them. I didn't manipulate them. I didn't sway them. I've asked every single one of them in my chat. I've asked Gambrel. I've asked Boomhauer. I've asked you. I've asked who were the other ones that came over? Creative J. And there was another one, and I can't remember who it was. And I said, did I manipulate you in any way? Did I say anything to you? Amber, sorry, that's the other one. Did I say anything to you? Did anything that I said, was anything that I said the reason you left? Oh, and Simply, that's 6. Did I do anything? Simply literally came into my chat one day, and I thought she was trolling me because she was like, hey, she had a rent.
I was there for that too. She literally went into JP's live right after that, and we all witnessed her literally saying, you're talking about the same old stuff. I'm done with this. And then I think she cussed him out in some way. And then we all were like doing that face or whatever as soon as she did that.
Yeah, she came into my stream, and I literally thought she was trolling me because he kept saying Simply's been with me forever and she would never leave me or flip on me. And she's in my chat. She goes, oh yeah, want to bet? Look at his chat and see what I'm about to say. And I thought, I legitimately was waiting for her to say in his chat, waiting for her to say in his chat, like, fuck you, Emma, I'm not going anywhere. And I was going to laugh. But she was like, I'm done with you. Take my fucking wrench. You never stop talking about the same bullshit. I'm over it. I'm done. Bye. And then she came back over to my stream and he's like, well, see you later, Simply. I'll never talk bad about you. And I forgot about you. And T- already forgot about you. Does he still talk about her all the fucking time? Yeah, he does. I can't believe Simply went over there. She's such a fucking bitch and blah, blah, blah. And, oh, it's because I didn't want her. And it's like, he's so... It's just like,
well, and like going back to Amber for a second. I think in yesterday's stream, didn't he also keep talking about how Amber even modded Brady or whatever? Which, truth be told, I think I even have Brady modded here on this channel.
Yeah. He's furious.
Did he ever say anything about me? Not, especially when it came to me modding Brady.
No, he did say before that he's pissed that you have me modded and Brady modded and Amanda modded and stuff.
Did. I must have missed that.
He's furious at Amber because he had a crush on her. And the thing is he lies about that whole thing too, because when Amber, and he acts like people just ghosted him for no reason. No, people have forgiven him time and time and time again. And now he keeps saying, what makes this any different? Why can't people forgive me now? They've forgiven me before. Because how many times can you forgive someone? And because what happens is when you keep forgiving someone for really terrible behavior, like leaking your fucking nudes, threatening you, things like that, like it gets to a point where like feelings are so hard and like, you know what I mean? Like,
also, Emma, I don't know if this is him or not, but I think Hatman was asking me for the link earlier, but he's coming up as Big Daddy.
That's him. That's him.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes, it's me.
Don't say anything about
Hatman. I saw that image and I'm like,
what is with your profile picture?
It's who JP envisions he is. I was just sat in the chat there listening, and I just realized. I just realized, because I'm a little bit of a closet wrestling fan myself, and I just realized JP is ripping off the Roman Reigns bloodline arc. The whole head of the table bullshit. That's what he's doing.
But this guy is successful and actually has a life.
I know, but he demands to be the leader of the pack, and everybody follows him and follows his way and all that bullshit.
And that's the thing about me is he keeps on saying that I'm like, I've stolen everyone, and do I actually like help people out? Yes, I do. I just look, first of all, you will always see people shilling other people's channels out in my chat because I always encourage people to go subscribe to other people. I literally put your stream on my community tab too. I put it on my Twitter as well, and I put it in the Discord because I like to see people growing. Like it's good to have people like growing and like supporting each other, and like, you know what I mean? Like when JP's like all his ex community, as he calls it all the time, they don't stay in my Amanda. Like some of the people from his ex community stay in my streams the whole time. Like Amanda usually is in my streams from beginning to end, no matter what I'm covering. But do all of the people like stay in my streams from beginning to end? No. Do I like get mad? No. Do I go hunt them down? No. Sometimes I don't see you for weeks, Matthew, and then you pop in and I'm like, hey, Matthew, how's it going? Have you ever gotten a message from me saying, where the hell have you been? You're supposed to be in my streams, Matthew. Like, well, I've never done that.
I did Hatman's stream. Like, I think I commented in Hatman's chat last night, actually, for just a little bit. But like, since he did do the stream for like over 4 hours. I mean, even though I wasn't working today, I still sometimes want to have some time to myself. Like, so I was mainly in the other room behind me, freaking watching TV, you know, just chilling out. I don't spend all my waiting time on here just going after people like JP does.
That's what he does. And he says that all I do is attack people. No, I don't. I call out his behavior. The only people I've ever like really like gone and like where I'm like showing receipts and become like invested in them is JP and Barb, because they're both terrible fucking people. When I cover Daisy, it's to have a laugh because she's funny. Heather, same pretty much thing. Ashley Trevino was a fucking huge flop, but whatever. That was just to like try something different. I'm covering somebody new on Tuesday. I ignore JP for the longest periods of time, and he does not shut up. Like the thing is, the only time I start covering him is when he crosses lines and he starts to make like threats and starts like, look, when you start going after people's like saying you're going to go after people's kids and stuff like that, like, I don't care if they're just words. You shouldn't be saying that kind of stuff. Like saying that you need to seek revenge on the internet because your ex community doesn't support you anymore. Yeah, they shouldn't support you because like if they want to support him, they can. But like, dude, like, first of all, I've never shown my nudes to anyone and I never would. But I'm just saying, like, the fact that he harvests people's personal information and then uses it to like weaponizes it if they don't do what he wants or comply with him, like that's disgusting behavior. And it's like, dude, 6 years of you, like by the time I covered JP, like the people that are in this chat already were done with him. Butterfly done, Brady done, Amanda was done, like Toasty was done, Man Baby done, like everybody was like pretty much done with him when they were in my chat. Like they were done with him. They were like, no, I've had enough of him. It's been like 6 years of the same shit. Like how, like JP thinks that just apologizing means clean slate. No, like when you do stuff that's like crosses so many disgusting lines with people, they have every right to say, I don't want to do this anymore. You know what I mean? And like, who is he to demand that, like, you know, vengeance has to be like carried out because people don't want to support him anymore? He says, I run a fear channel. No, the fuck I don't. He's trying to run a fear channel. He's trying to say, if you don't humble yourself and apologize to me publicly, delete your channel and come back over here, I'm going to make your life a misery until I get revenge. That's trying to run a fear channel. The only thing is people are laughing because he's an idiot.
Well, it's funny you say that, Emma, because like you said, if he tries to demand someone that used to support him to delete their channel, again, like I said before, I only knew JP about 4 out of the 6 years that he's been around, because I was actually on YouTube before he even came around. I've been on YouTube for over 8 years. He's been on YouTube only 6 to 7 years. Mm-hmm. So, and plus, I didn't even get into all this AGP drama stuff until at least 2019, 3 years into my channel.
Yeah, I don't even know who those people are. When he talks about half the people he talks about, he's like, Emma's just another Morticia. I don't even know who that is. And I'm just like I don't know. He's just, he's so like broken in the fucking brain. Like he honestly, like, just move on with your life. Like your friends are done with you. If they want to come back, they will. If they don't, they won't. Like, I don't know what he wants me to do. Like, I don't know what he wants me to do. I don't, like, am I supposed to be kicking people out of my chats and say, go back over to JP's? Like, they don't want to go over there. What do you want from me?
Look what Amanda said.
No one's intimidating when they near their legs. And that's open up a whole new slew of potential thumbnails I can do going forward. JP nearing his legs.
That's so gross.
Did you see the comment I put up of what Amanda said, Emma? I thought that was
no,
funny.
I didn't see it. What did she say?
Hold on, let me bring it up. Did you see it?
Emma has me locked in a basement. And that's the thing. He's like, Emma's not funny and she can't entertain you. Really? Because I'm pretty sure people are entertained and having fun when they come and hang out with me. Like, I just try to have fun on a Tuesday and on a Sunday. I like, you know, I would really just love it if JP would shut the fuck up so I could, like, you know, move on and never have to cover him again. But he won't. He just lives the same day on a fucking loop. He goes from, I'm going to have revenge on everyone, to I'm moving on from the past. The next day, I'm going to have revenge. The next day, I'm moving on from the past. The next day, I'm going to go after Emma and I'm going to go on every panel she's on. And the next day, I'm not going to do that. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, he's so crazy. It's like, not in a scary way, crazy in a like, dude, you have wasted so much of your life obsessing over something that's never going to happen again. He wants to go back 6 years in time, and he wants everybody to forget and erase all the things that he's done, and they won't. I don't know what he wants me to do about it. I just expose the gross shit that he does for people to see, and he says, I expose his weak moments. No, I expose you being disgusting, and people should know that you're doing that. You know, if he wants to put Paula's face up and say it's me, say I have a criminal record, say Hatman has a criminal record, say we haven't met, I don't care, because at the end of the day, it's just not, those are not truths. You know what I mean? And like, it just goes to show how mentally ill he is, that he has to like invent entire stories. And like, the man is even convincing himself that I secretly want him. I am repulsed by the man, like repulsed. Exactly. Anytime he does anything sexual, I legitimately make a face and cringe.
Yeah, I got to speak of him doing something sexual. I don't think I ever said this before to you guys, but I'm not sure if it was you, Emma, or Hatman who played this once on one of your streams, but there was that clip of him saying he didn't like slap himself or whatever with a certain object. And then as soon as I saw that in the corner of him slapping himself with you know what, I was like, I swear I have nightmares whenever I think about that.
Yeah, everything he says that I am and that I've done, he has shown no proof of. And everything that I say that he has done and said, I have shown proof of. It's the opposite. He just talks and doesn't actually show any proof. The only thing he ever physically showed was Paula's face claiming it was mine. And I bursted out laughing and he thinks I'm triggered by it. I'm not triggered by it. But I mean, like, and the only reason I think Paula has no interest is because he's a nobody. He doesn't have like hardly any subscribers. I mean, if by some miracle of God, which it won't ever happen because he's just not an entertaining person, he was able to ever like establish anything on the internet, and he showed that and got her attention, good luck, because that woman, I had to literally walk away only because that woman she's like JP, she stays at home all the time, and the thing with her is she goes real life. She'll go real life. She'll call your work. She'll call your she'll call the mayor. She'll call she'll just, all she does is spend her time on the internet. Her obsession is truthfully Trisha. That's her number one obsession. She has been going back and forth with that woman for 5 years. And then her and I had beef, me, Hatman, and another ex-friend of mine had beef for like over a year. And I would come home from work and just be exhausted by just like the amount of crap that I'd have to go back and forth with her on, that I was just like, I'm so tired of this. And then I ignored her. And the thing is with JP is you ignore him and he doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? He's
like you go to work and when you get back, you're so exhausted or whatever. I'm the same way, especially with my new job. Like I think I told you in the Discord last night that I was going to be working tomorrow from like 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. That's pretty late for me. I mean, that's the first time ever since I got my new job, I have been working those really late shifts or whatever. So it's like, as soon as I get home around 11 p.m., I'm like so worn out that sometimes sometimes I'll go into this back in this living room behind me, and watch TV. Sometimes I'll even go into my bedroom, which I have a TV in my bedroom too, but I have a different like console hooked up and I can still watch stuff on there too. But it's like, I just immediately try to find some way to lay down because of how exhausted I am from work. And again, JP, he doesn't even have to worry about that. He doesn't have a job. He's always at home doing stuff like playing video games or, like you said, smoking weed, whatever. And it's like, he never wants to go out and get a job. And he's pushing, like you said, he's pushing 40 years old almost. And he still lives with his mom. Again, sure, I was still living with my mom after I was 18. And I did live in a different apartment before this, like back in 2019. I think you can even go back and watch my channel around the 2019 era. You see a lot of videos where I had a green screen in the background a lot.
Yes.
Because I was in another apartment, but that was only because at the situation I had back then where my mom had moved in with one of her previous boyfriends, but he, for some reason, didn't, even though he had a spare room for me, he didn't want me living in that room because he claims his niece stayed there every other week. So I was forced to, again, I wasn't even on the voucher that I have to help me with this place back then. So my mom actually had to help me because back then the job I had was not paying me a lot. And back then I wasn't getting a lot of hours. And because I didn't have the voucher that helps me pay for some of my rent, even though I can still pay my rent now, but mainly because I only pay a small fraction of it, but at least I still pay for something. I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that, Matthew. You're only like in your like mid-20s.
I'm 26 now.
Yeah, so. But like you have your own place, you have a job, you take care of things, you know, you're active, like, you know, you try to work out a little bit, like you have a job, you have a real life, you have family and stuff like that. Like JP is always talking about his mother and how she's dying and she's dying and she's dying, but he streams 12 fucking hours a day and doesn't spend any time with his mother. Like, go spend time with your mother. Like, get off the internet for, like, do you have to stream 12 hours a day talking about your ex community? I literally asked him on that panel that we were on, what is more important to you, YouTube or your mother? And he's like, you're my mother, obviously. And I'm like, well, then go spend time with her. You say that she's on death's door every other fucking stream. Go spend time with your mother. Like, I would not eat. Look, if my mother had like dementia and, as he claims now, cancer, I would not be streaming. I would be spending all of my time with her. Like, even after I've even talked about this with Hatman, I'm like, when I moved out there, if my parents ever call me and they're sick or anything, I am on the next flight home to be with my family. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I'm gonna be taking time off and like going to, to be with my family. He's like, of course we would do that. Of course we would do that. You know what I mean? Like, there's no question about it. I would never be like, oh, it's Tuesday, I need to stream. My mom is dying, but I need to stream. No, I would be like, people will understand and I'll come back when I can, if I can. I wouldn't be spending all of my time talking about people who are laughing at me now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. And like, he blames me for it all too. And it's like, dude, like, these people were already gone when I came around. Like, 5 people came on their own. That's because they were watching me, watching me, and saw the proof for themselves. Like, Simply is one of the people. I think she's still in the chat. I don't know. I haven't looked at the chat in a while. But Simply was like, I watched on my own. I watched for a while, and I watched the stuff you were showing. I watched what you were presenting, and yeah, he's awful. And it's like, I'm not manipulating anyone. I'm using your words. And then like, he thinks like just telling lies about me, like, I'm gonna show proof that you're lying. Like him saying she fucks with my ex and she contacted my ex. No, I didn't. I showed screenshots from when they broke up. I showed DMs that were already shown when they broke up ages ago. And that's what I showed. I've never spoken to his ex. I've never tried to speak to his ex. I've never tried to reach out to his ex. I showed the DMs that were leaked where she said he beat the crap out of her all of the time. But he wants to turn it around and use it as an excuse to go real life by saying, I went after his ex, so he should be allowed to go after mine. First of all, I'm friends with my ex. He would just literally call him a tard and hang up on him, so go for it. For one. For two, I never reached out to his ex, and I showed proof of that. Then he said I was then he said I was calling the police on him and saying he was beating his mother on live stream, and I was calling APS. So then I called the non-emergency number and I confirmed with them. He's saying I'm doing these things. Can you confirm? But I am not. And he's like, no, you're not. And this is what JP does. He does it with people. He becomes obsessed with them, and he like all he has is YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, the call is on my channel. Anyone, and this is why JP's lies don't work. Is because he tells lies. People just come to my channel. They see the evidence right there in videos, in shorts, on live streams with proof. His big gotcha to me is showing someone else's mugshot and just lying about where we live and that we have felonies. It's untrue. But if that allows him to cope, go for it. I honestly, JP's opinion of me and his created life for me and makes us laugh. Like, when he said that, when he's like, why can't you leave New York, Hatman? We were screaming, laughing. And I was like, where did he get New York from? Who told him New York?
I like it here.
Also, before I forget this, Emma, I'm not sure if you saw when it came out, but this is an image I took of a picture. So the one on the left that says 2018, that's what I looked like back before I lost all the weight. I'm not sure if you
lost
my waistline. Yeah, can you see my waistline on that picture on the left?
Yeah, your face is way smaller, your waist is way smaller. Like,
and you see, this is an image I took from 2021, back when I was like 176 pounds. But last time I went to the gym and I checked my weight, I think I was like 194.6. So I did gain a lot of that back, but this is how
but you're pretty tall.
I got to. So
you're pretty tall, right?
Yeah, I'm like 5'9", I think, last time I checked.
I don't think you look big.
Well, again, this is me in 2018 when I was 6'2", 16, I think, at the time. And you can see my waistline is like ginormous. Again, I was size 40 waist back then, and now I'm down to like a 33 at minimum.
Yeah, that's not bad. I think that's a pretty average waist, isn't it, for guys?
Yeah, like I said, I think, but when I was up to 40, they did consider me at the time since I was 19 or whatever at the time, they said that I was considered obese back then when I was over
You're medically obese. Yeah.
Yeah, but but again, the picture of me from 2021, when I managed to lose all that weight and get down to like 176, even though I'm around 195, I think, what is it I said? Now I still, as long as I don't go over the 200-pound limit, then I'm not considered obese anymore, even at my current age. So, and like you said,
I think you look great.
I definitely look different than this picture on the left from me in 2018. Like my face is shrunken, and I definitely don't have the same glasses that I do in that image. But and like I said, if you notice, the reason why I'm wearing this hat is because on that left image, I did have hair right here, and I know Brady's probably still in here, but back when he used to, make fun of me when I was supporting JP and calling me like nicknames like Baldy Barry. I mean, if y'all want me to remove the hat, I will. But
no, you're fine, Matthew. You're fine. Brady's fine with you now too, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, but honestly, I think I'm safe to do this now because this is what I was getting made fun of all the time, as you can see right there in the middle of my head. A lot of that hair is gone now, so y'all had it first here, where I finally took my hat off after so many years.
If people are making fun of you because you're bald, who cares? Nobody cares. Lots of men go bald.
My mom's gonna probably come tomorrow before I go to work to help me get a haircut, because that's the thing too. I don't even go out to get my haircut done anymore. I save a lot of money by my mom doing it for me.
You should just shave it. Just rock the shaved look.
Well, I was actually considering asking my mom about that, if she thinks I should just flat out get rid of some of the hair, or whatever, on the back of my head. Like, just
I would go for it. Do you think Matthew should just rock the bald cut? I think he should. Put a 1 if you think Matthew should rock the bald look. I think he should.
1.
Yeah.
You'll look way better, honestly.
Yeah, like I said, if I honestly, going back to what I was saying about how I've been on YouTube since before JP even came around. Like I said, back then, I even tried to do certain things that, even though I'm forced to wear glasses because I don't wear contacts, I think I posted a video a long time ago when I first started the channel where I had my glasses off for an entire video and asked people at the time if they think I should be, even though I can't see without my glasses, should I be doing it? Because honestly, whenever I look in the camera, I can see the reflection of the screen in my thing, and I don't know if people can see my eyes when I'm recording stuff. So that's why I never
notice it when I watch your videos. I think it looks fine.
Yeah, and speaking of my videos, I did post one right before I went live or whatever.
Oh, did you?
Right. Yeah, I put on my main channel, I posted my review of that new Star Wars show that came out last year called Skeleton Crew. I literally finished watching the last few episodes, I think a week and a half ago. I even say it at the beginning of the video. I know I'm late posting the review of it, but it's mainly because I was trying to think of other videos, because I still need one more video, I think, for the month of January to make my minimum of 5 videos a reality. But like I said, I always try my best to post at least 5 videos minimum every month. The only reason why I didn't do 5 videos in December was because thankfully I did do enough extra videos in some of the months last year to where I reached my minimum of 60 videos in the year.
That's great.
I think I hit like 65 in total.
And that's good. You always you seem like somebody that you set goals and stuff like that. And it's really good that you stick to those things.
Yeah. And unlike JP, like I said, I barely do any streams anymore. Like, I used to do streams a lot back then, but ever since I made peace with Isaac, technically, I haven't really been doing many live streams on my channel, my main channel, that is. And the last one I think I actually did was was the stream I showed earlier back in August when I was on my vacation, which, speaking of which, I am planning on going on another vacation to Universal again this year, but it might be earlier than when I went last year, because I'm thinking about going the last full week of May, I believe it is, because they opened up that new Epic Universe thing. I think I said that in the last vacation vlog video I did, where I visited the tribute store that they have for Epic Universe, and I want to try to go right when the park opens.
Yeah, you looked like you had so much fun on the last time like you vlogged your trip. You look like you had a blast.
Yeah, I will. It's funny how most of the video though was that little DreamWorks animation show that was at the end of the video. That took up most of my video. But And honestly, I don't know if I can pull this off, but because Epic Universe does have many different themed lands or whatever, like Super Nintendo World and Harry Potter World, How to Train Your Dragon, I've been trying to figure out if I should do like if I should just do multiple videos and but somehow make different intros on each day, which unfortunately because it's just opening in May, I can only go one day to Epic Universe, and all the other 4 days that I'm there, is when I can go to the original parks. So because I can only go to Epic Universe one day out of the 5, I'm trying to figure out if I should somehow like record different intros and make it seem like I win every day, or just do it all in one video.
I would totally edit that and do like make it into like a bunch of videos. Like just do your intros and be like, today I'm going to what was the one you said? Like going to Train Your Dragon area.
Yeah.
And make that like one video, and then like go to like the Nintendo area and do an intro for that and be like, this is day 2 of this of my vlog or whatever, and make those into like a bunch of make that into a bunch of content. That's a big trip. I wouldn't make that in one video.
Yeah, well, like I said, the only reason why I was a little afraid of how I could do that was because, again, I can only go one day to Epic Universe if I went for a whole week. Because because it's just opening, they haven't like set individual dates or whatever. So that's why I had to even get, because honestly, anyone who wants to go to Epic Universe has to get like a 3-day or more like vacation package, and they can only go one day of the time that they're there. So
yeah, I would just like remind yourself before you go into each area to like record yourself saying like, I'm going into How to Train Your Dragon now, let's go take a look, or however you want to do your intro. And then the next spot you go to, do the same intro but change the name of where you're going, and then that way when you edit it, you have like a 10-minute video, 15-minute video, whatever amount of time it is, and you can split it up into like 5 or 6 videos or however many, and you can like slowly release them like once a week. You know what I mean? You can be like,
yeah,
1 week you're showing yourself going into one area, and that'll drive traffic for people that like the How to Train Your Dragon movie, and then the Nintendo one will bring in people that game and stuff like that, and then the other area will bring in people that like that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't make that I wouldn't make that like one giant video. I would split that up into a bunch and make them into like a travel vlog thing.
Yeah,
a lot of people do that. They'll go on like a trip somewhere and they'll like record like a bunch of videos or like one long video at like an amusement park, and they will split it up into like a bunch of different videos just to like pump out as much content as they can, and it drives like different traffic to your channel.
Yeah,
that's just honestly, what I would do. That's what I would do.
And honestly, I've been trying to do my research for this, but I'm not sure when it comes to the hotel I stay at, because they are opening up 3 different hotels too on top of that new park, where one of them is actually literally connected to the new Epic Universe, but that's the most expensive one out of the 3, and the other 2 are still on property, but they're the same value as the one I stayed at in that stream I did back in August. And so I've seen a whole lot of other people already post videos or whatever. Because one of the 2 other hotels just opened up, I think on the 21st, so 4 days ago, and the other one's going to open up, I think, March 25th. But they're called Stella Nova and Terra Luna Resort, and I've seen the videos that people have posted going to the hotel, to Stella Nova specifically, because that's the one that opened up 4 days ago. And it really looks cool. I mean, it almost looks identical to the one I stayed at in that stream. And I don't know if I should try to book that hotel or if I just go back to the Endless Summer one I stayed at last time.
I mean, I personally would go to a different one just because I like to see like different things each time. Like, unless you're just comfortable there, but like, I think that's also cool. You could do also like another video of like a hotel tour, like not just your room, but like the actual hotel. Like if it's a cool looking hotel and they have like stuff you can look at in there, that could be like its own video as well.
Yeah, like I said, I definitely like. If I know you probably you saw the last stream one I did when it came to the vacation vlogs, which I did show the room, but I did also go to Universal in 2023 and in 2022. But in 2022, I actually had a friend with me who was one of my coworkers from my old job, or whatever, at the theater, which I can safely say the theater because I don't work there anymore. But But regardless, I had a friend who works there too, which he still does, but But back in 22, we actually went together, and that was his first time actually experiencing that park. And like I said, 2023 and last year I went by myself, whatever. Because that's the first time I actually went by myself on a vacation was back in 2023.
Yeah.
So, like I said,
I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome that you do that every year and like you make it a point to do it.
I try to at least. I try to save up money, because with my new job, I was actually able to save up a lot quicker because of all the extra money I've been getting, and plus I had to set up a whole new account, so to speak, that's not attached to my main stuff because I was using my main accounts to save up money, and apparently I have. Now that I'm going to 26 or whatever, and I have I have to get off my mom's health insurance because that's a rule here in the U.S. is that when a child turns 26, they have to get off their parents' health insurance. So, and the only way that it can be approved is if I have a certain amount of money from my two accounts combined. And for me, I can't have more than $2,000 in my accounts combined from my checking and savings. So
yeah,
I have to I had to create a whole new account I forgot what the name of the thing was, but I have a card for it too, but basically this one doesn't what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't count towards this new health insurance that I'm getting put on. So
okay.
So whenever I get my paychecks, I just transfer money into that account now. And again, I've saved up to $2,000 already.
That's really good.
And literally in the last few months since I created that account, I've been able to save up $200,000.
That's amazing. You should definitely go to your local gas station and blow all of it on lotto tickets.
JP all of a sudden?
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Jesus, that's
honestly,
great.
I can guarantee you that JP would probably, if JP's watching this, because I sent him the link and I keep looking at Twitter to see if it says, because you know how when you send someone a message on Twitter, it says send, that letting you know that you sent the message. And then sometimes if it says seen, it means the person has seen it. It still says send to this very minute.
Yeah, he won't come up on your panel. Trust me, he won't.
Honestly, I'm going to keep this stream up on this channel because I don't know if he even knows about this channel. He knows about my main one, but I don't know if he even remembers that I had this one.
Well, he'll know from he looks at my tab. I already shared it on my tab earlier.
Okay, so
but yeah, I'm gonna jump down, Matthew, because I'm gonna spend some time with Hat. I don't know if the Hat Man wants to say anything. So.
Yeah, I'm just lurking and listening, watching stuff.
Watching stuff. Okay, well, I'm gonna jump off, Matthew. Thank you for having me on. JP, you're an idiot. And you guys don't forget to like his stream and subscribe if you have not. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon, Matthew. I'll talk to you either in Discord or on Twitter.
Okay.
Yes. Stop waxing your legs, JP, and stop touching your dog.
You're doing great, Matthew. Keep up the good work. Work hard. Save your money. You're doing great.
Yeah, and for anyone who was wondering why I was always taking sips of this drink, I know it says Coke, but if you can't see it, it actually says Coke Zero Sugar. I'm not like JP. I'm not going to try to regain all that weight like I was just shown in that image earlier.
Yeah. No, that's good.
I've been drinking a lot of zero sugar sodas lately because I don't want to, gain all that weight back. And I'm trying
just make sure you just stick with those and water, and you're good.
Yep.
All right. I'll see you. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for having me on, Matthew.
No problem. And like I said, if I don't show up in your stream tomorrow, it's like I said, it's because I'm probably working at that time.
No, I will hunt you like a dog, Matthew. I'm just joking. Yeah, pop in if you can, and if you can't, it's not a big deal at all. I'm sure I'll see you on.
Maybe when I'm on my break tomorrow, maybe because I think you said you go live around 7, right, or 6:30. Around that,
yeah, 7 with Red Eye on
depending
Sundays.
on when I go on my break, because I actually have an hour break, so depending on when I go on my break, maybe I'll pop in for a little bit and say, "Hey, I'm just on my break, but I wanted to say hi or something."
Of course, yeah, anytime.
So,
okay,
it just depends on when I go on my break tomorrow.
No problem. I'm gonna let you say goodbye to everybody, and I'm gonna jump off.
All right.
Okay. Good night.
Night, Emma. All right, so we managed to go an hour and a half, everybody. So that's pretty good. But yeah, to close things off with this whole stream, and if what Emma just said was true about how she shared it out to where JB probably watches her community tab and whatnot. I have a feeling he's going to watch this stream and immediately be like, and realize that I sent him that link. And again, what I said was true at the beginning of the stream. He ambushed me back in my stream in August. And again, I even played the moment where he said I think he said Doug would be ashamed of me, but I still think he also said I should be ashamed of myself to my face. And by the way, Amber, if you're still in here, I don't know if you already know this, but I did want to follow you on Twitter as well, since I'm glad you made the decision of leaving JP right after I did. But I did notice that you have me blocked on Twitter, I think. So if you don't mind, just go and double checking that, because I do want to follow you. I do want to support you, Amber, because you definitely got it worse than how I did when it came to JP attacking me. So I want to support you in any way I can. I mean, I know I was in your panels many months ago, but I just checked Twitter right before I went live, and I think I'm still blocked on your Twitter. So I just thought you should know that. But anyways, I'm probably going to end the stream here. Like I said, even though it's only 8:30 where I am, I'm still going to – I was watching something in the other room before I came in here. So that I'll see all you guys later. Don't forget to go check out my video I just posted before I started the stream on my main channel, where I reviewed Skeleton Crew from Star Wars. So go back and watch that. But anyways, I will see all you guys next time I post a video on my main channel, I guess. So have a good night, everybody. As JP used to say in his streams, bye-bye.